If you or someone you know is involved in a child abuse situation, please call this toll-free number for assistance, 1-800-4-A-CHILD. Many abused children grow up and never harm another person, but others vent their rage on themselves or on the rest of us. Some victims who don't get help go on to become abusers even before they've reached adulthood. 60 to 80% of adult sex offenders started molesting as adolescents.
My name is Tasha. I'm a sex offender. The reason why I'm on Waypoint unit because I sexually molested a girl.
Tasha is 15 and in her short life has sexually abused at least 5 other children, ranging in age from 7 to 12 years old. She's in group therapy with other juvenile sex offenders at the Waypoint program, a lockup facility for children who have become molesters. The average age for their first offense, 11 years old.
I've never met an adolescent sex offender who came from a normal background. Tasha is typical in the Waypoint program. Her past history is a very chaotic family life. She was sexually abused by a member of her family for many years. Some of that involved force and violence, and some pretty severe history of abuse.
I'm going to talk about my last victim. He's a boy. He's in my family. It took me two to 3 weeks to set up what I was going to do to him. He was around about 7 years old. I rub my body up against him when other people was not around. I do it when he's sitting down somewhere or standing up. I sexually fondled him. I had full intercourse. I always pick victims that were younger than me because I know that I can take power control over them. That power was like, it felt real good. I was getting a kick out of it. I did not feel remorse whatsoever. I didn't care if they would have had nightmares about it. If that happened to me, it's gonna happen to you too. I picked a fight with him outside one day and kind of throw him around a little bit, but I didn't mean to hurt him that bad. I punched one of his teeth out. I broke his arm.
What made you want to do all that to me?
Because he was a guy. It was a boy.
This is her only male victim that we know of.
Yeah.
Somebody want to find out what that's all about?
Yeah, when you committed this offense when you was 12 years old, was it before or after your brother had started molesting you?
It was after.
What's the worst thing your brother did to you when he abused you, Tasha, that brings up all this anger towards guys and towards this victim?
He fondled me with objects. Pencils, deodorant bottles, circle bottles, brooms.
How you feel after he did all that to you? I mean, like, didn't you have a lot of problems?
I had a lot of problems. I couldn't barely use the bathroom. I had blood in my pants all the time. I would walk funny. My mom would ask me what was wrong. I mean, I lied to my mom for what my brother did to me. I covered his ass, knowing that what he did to me was wrong.
Let it out. Let it out, Tasha.
After he did that to me, I took a shower. I mean, I stayed in the bathroom for wholly 3 hours taking a shower because of him. Touching me on my body that I didn't want it to be touched. I had to drink a whole bottle of mouthwash. I had to wipe the blood up off the floor. This
shit pisses me off. I'm getting sick and tired of my whole life. All my life I was getting defended. I got defended by my uncle. I got defended by my brother.
I think a lot of people have difficulty understanding why a victim might become an offender. And they ask themselves, well, if it was done to them, why don't they understand how it felt when they're doing it to somebody else? But remember, the offender is not conscious of what their victim is feeling. The victim is simply an object. The offender is not in touch with what it felt like to them at the time. That's something we take them back to in treatment in order to teach them remorse. Tasha, I'm going to point something out to you that I think you're ready to hear. Do you see the way you feel about your brother and all the feelings you're expressing now? Do you see that your victims may feel the same way about what you did to them?
Yep. Yep.
Talk to us about that.
My victims will probably hate me, especially the 7-year-old. I did this to my cousins, man, and my family. I screw their lives up. Y'all always walking around here saying putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Before you put yourself in anyone's shoes, you should put yourself in your victim's shoes. That's what I'm doing, man. I can't believe I did this shit. I was at 11 years old and I couldn't stand nobody touching me.
Tasha's prognosis is very good. The key for Tasha is going to be able to continue this type of work when she needs to leave this facility. She's come a long way. Now, that's not to say that she's cured, because she'll never be cured. But that's to say that she's learned some skills that we hope will benefit her when she leaves this program.
If I wouldn't come here, I would have been still molested. And I know that for a fact. I am so happy that I'm here. I don't want to do it anymore. Because I know I done messed up somebody else's life for a whole life. And I don't want to do it anymore.
Every day throughout America,